Even if I'm making money, if I'm not doing it with peace, there's no point in making money. That's what I believe in.
I am very new to financial astrology. What does that time cycle mean exactly?
Every person has got a planet. Moon affects your emotions. Jupiter is positivity. Mercury is more into calculation. Saturn. What is Saturn? By the word itself, it's called shine. Emotions can affect your financial decisions. Cycles repeat. Humans are again irrational in nature. My major trades are from 9:15 to 10:30. I'm done for it. Because that is the time where you can make the maximum money. If you're ready to book your loss, you can make substantial amount of money in Nifty and Sensex.
I've come across a lot of traders across the country. I've spoken to many people. I've done podcasts with many people as well. But the energy which you bring in to the floor is unmatched. So you are a SEBI registered research analyst and you've been training a lot of students globally. So for the world who don't know Dr.Vinith Dcosta, what would you like to tell them?
Firstly, thank you, Mr. Sashank, for inviting me for this podcast of decoding the markets. You have been doing a great job. Thank you for the warm introduction. So I'm Dr. Vinith Dcosta. I'm specifically from Mangalore, right? Inside Mangalore, it is Valencia. I've been trading since last 7 years, right? And I'm coming from a business background. My dad is a businessman. Mom is a homemaker. Brother is an accountant, currently in Dubai, working at Shura as a tax accountant. So you know that the company, the entire family is built with finance, right?
Correct.
So I've heard all these finance conversations from small, in the dining table also, talking about numbers, talking about accountancy, because the blood, is because we're coming from a business blend, right? But over a period of time, what actually changed is the right mindset, right? So got into trading from last 7 years. We were into teaching people the right certifications that is required for trading, right? How can you be a trader? It's not only about selling the course. How can you create a trader? That was our major goal. And currently I'm a SEBI licensed trader, train more than 1,500 students. And we are having the only SEBI licensed firm in South Karnataka. So this is a small introduction about myself.
Got it. So that's great to hear. And looking at the way you speak and the energy which you bring in, how important is your mindset? Like, let's say someone who is just entering into the field of financial markets. So many people, after looking at a few losses, they lose their mind. They do not have the same mindset in which they had come to the market. Like, let's say I come across a lot of people and I've trained a lot of people. Like, when things are going good, they're very happy. And when things start going sideways and when things don't go their way, they lose their mind and they do not have the same approach as what they used to have. Like, let's say, increasing the lot size and their overutilization of their capital and all these things. So what have you done differently in your career than to a person who has not been profitable in the market at all?
Yes, Sashank. So first thing is, we need to understand what our mind wants, right? Even if I'm making money, if I'm not doing it with peace, there's no point in making money. That's what I believe in. First part. Second part is, you should know what you're good at. You cannot be good at everything, right? You have to choose your expertise and get better in that, right? Bruce Lee, one of the famous martial arts specialists, he says that it is not about learning more and more strategies. You practice one kick 100 times, he's going to be scared of that person, right? Imagine Bruce Lee saying that. That means consistency, your approach, you need to master one particular thing, right? So for me, initially, even in my life, right, faced a lot of losses because we always get into option buying. Same thing happened to me also, right? Okay. This telegram, screenshots, the approach that you see from outside, you feel it's easy, right? But at the end of the day, you believe that market is simple, but it is not easy. You need a lot of things. You need a lot of tools. You need the right mindset, like you said. I got into that. I lost a significant amount of money at the beginning, right? Following someone else. Earlier, there was expiry every day, right? There was Sensex expiry. Tuesdays, right now Tuesdays there is Nifty expiry. Before it was Thursdays, right? Thursday was the Nifty expiry, and there was Bank Nifty expiry on Wednesday, right? Tuesday was Fin Nifty was Tuesday, and Monday there was something else, right? So what happens is, when you're playing with this kind of a market, but again, when I started, this was not the thing. Now this came recently. Every time SEBI is changing the regulations of expiry, but back then again there was Thursday, that was the Nifty expiry. What used to happen is, someone else is coming and giving you a tip. You are investing everything, thinking that you will make fast profits. It goes down, they ask you to average. You have no idea. Because I had a very positive approach in that, because first time when he gave me a recommendation, I made money. I thought it's going to happen the second time also. But you end up losing the capital, right?
Correct.
Average time of a person, like you said, who doesn't have a proper mindset is 1 week in the markets. That's it.
Correct.
In 1 week, they want to leave the markets. Then what happens is how strong you are. Now, for me, basically, my intrinsic motivation completely went down. I'll be honest with you. 1 week, I lost money. I thought I'm going to leave the markets. Because I was working at ENY as a staff. My salary might be 25,000 minimum. And if I have lost 1 lakh or 2 lakhs in the markets, you tell me how can I survive in this market?
Correct.
I need to work how many months? I need to work 10 months to recover this money.
Correct.
I need to work 10 months. So how can I plan this? Intrinsic motivation went completely down. I thought, what can I do better? Then one curiosity that entered into my mind was, if I have lost money in such a short period of time, there is someone else who has made an equal amount of money in the same time.
Correct.
Right? Market is a zero-sum game. My profits is someone else's loss. Someone else's profit is my loss. That's it. That's about the market. So this curiosity made me think, what can I do better? How can I improve myself? So my mindset, I think, I wouldn't say I'm very strong in about mindset, but during that particular time, my mindset supported me. Keep going. Let's try doing something. Maybe this is the call for you to get into the markets completely by learning about it. Looked into different courses, right? It's there in YouTube about price action, about smart money concepts, about order flow, and then started again, right? Again, I could say that even I had few notable mentors from India. I learned from them because, after all, market is an observation. Strategy is not automatically made. Strategy is man-made, right? Someone else is observing something working 8 out of 10 times in the market. He makes it a strategy because strategy is created out of observations.
Correct.
So what happened was I started following some traders. I started learning from different mentors. But again, when you get into the practical side of it, price action gave me only some part of accuracy. Maybe 50 to 55%. I'm again telling you, 50% of accuracy with a proper risk-reward ratio can make you profitable in the markets. Correct. It's not about the accuracy. But what I felt was, there is a resistance breakout. After the breakout, market's coming down. It has to go up, right? Support breakdown is changing. So what's actually happening? Stop loss hunting is happening, right? So there is something else that is driving the markets.
Okay.
So what happened was I learned more about financial astrology because I learned how do I understand the relationship between price and time. Right? Now, again, when you talk about financial astrology, there are many traders or many mentors in India also who are following it. But I would only want to say there's only one person who's bought that is W.D. Gann. Right? Okay. I believe in Gann analysis. But again, not just with that, I combine that with price action because you always have to stick to your basics.
Okay.
But the combination of price and time relationship has made me better as a trader. That helped me to grow, make money myself, invest in real estates, right? And again, have a very good long-term holding. And do intraday trading also when time is supporting you. I wouldn't say that I'm daily trading. There might be some days I'm not doing it because what happens is I'm again giving recommendations. I'm a research analyst. I sometimes cannot focus on both the areas. So alternate days when I'm free, when I feel, okay, this setup is good, which I can trade, which I have not recommended to my clients, I'm going to go for it. So this is how my journey has been and it is continuing.
Okay. In your busy schedule of giving recommendations, and you have to plan trades which you don't give it to the audience.
Exactly.
Okay, got it. So as you are a SEBI RA, you are not supposed to do that.
Yes.
You have to plan your own trades.
Yes.
Which you don't give it to
the... 30 days before, 9 days after. You need to stick to that for a safer side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. There are so many regulations that you will have to follow.
Yes.
But you told me that you are an intraday trader majorly.
Yes.
And even your recommendations are based out of intraday.
Yes.
So to the audience, what I would like to tell is, instead of taking recommendations from random Telegram groups or random people calling you and telling you that you can take our calls, jab level aayega, main bataunga, karke call aayega. Please do not follow that. Please be smart, think wise, and go to people who are SEBI registered research analysts for recommendations. Even if you have to pay a little bit extra, I think it's worth the risk you're taking. So market is a risky place for new entrants, for people who are already there in the market for 20 years.
Right.
And intraday is the epicenter of that risk.
Right.
Okay. So how do you approach your intraday setup, sir?
Beautiful question. I'll narrate it through a story.
Okay.
Stock market is like a snake, right? You go to a jungle, right? And you see a snake. Even if you're respecting the snake, right? Don't touch me or don't hurt me. Do you think snake will not come and bite you? It will bite you because the nature of the snake is to bite you, right? Unless you're smart, stock market is a device that transfers money from impatient traders to patient investors.
Correct.
Right? Now, again, I would say there are patient traders also. I'm going to change this particular quote a little bit. Right?
Okay.
Now, if you have to make money from the stock markets, stock market is ready to take money from your account very, very fast, especially when you spoke about option buying. Right? Option selling is a different scenario. It's again a high accurate probability game. This is a low accurate probability game because even as per the recent SEBI circular, it says 9% of the people are making money, 91% of the people are losing money in option buying.
Correct.
Right? You have to be particular about. Now, how can you make money here? You need to think different. Right? If you're thinking like the majority of the people, will you make money? No, because the survey and the data tells us 91% of the people are losing money. So when I go as an option buyer, right, and intraday, in YouTube when you go, sir, they tell that 9:15 to 10:30 or 9:15 to 9:45. Let me take the first 30 minutes. People say don't trade during that time. Right? I'm completely opposite to that. They say the volatility is more, don't trade. My major trades are from 9:15 to 10:30. I'm done for the day.
Okay.
I'm done for the day. Anything, I'll be showing you later when we talk, I'll be showing you the trades and everything. In 1 hour, I'm done for the day. Because that is the time where you can make the maximum money.
Correct.
Provided you are a scalper or not, you can make money during that time. I'll tell you two advantages of starting before the day. If you're doing open range breakout or anything, because see, again, when you're doing an open range breakout also, all the stocks will not go in your direction.
Correct.
It might hit the stop loss, you have to get in the stop loss. But how your short selection process is what matters.
Correct.
What I believe is, it's not about what strategy you have. Even if you're having the best strategy in the world, and if your stock selection is wrong, you cannot make money. Even if you're having the worst strategy, but if you're good at stock selection, you still have a higher chance of making money. How do you process these stock selections? How do you filter the right stocks? This is what we train our students. The selection is important. So I am ready. Even before 9:15, my stock filtering is done because there's a pre-market and the previous day. Depending on the long build-up or short build-up or maybe the change in open interest that's happened on the underlying contracts or anything, I have a process of doing it. And I am ready in the markets. After that, we enter. And within 1 hour, we are done. And we strictly don't trade in option buying from 11 to 1 because Indian market is not a trend setter, it is a trend follower.
Correct.
Dow Jones is the mother of all the indices. In the morning, whatever movement that we see in the markets is because of the Singapore Nifty.
Correct.
GIFT Nifty is open and all that. If you see 11 to 1:30, market will be very calm, sideways, right? Your premiums are going to decay automatically. There might be some stocks which might continue to be going up. For example, Infosys on Friday. It was in a very good direction, right? But it's not every time, that's not the case. Market gets sideways during that period. Don't trade during that time. After 1 o'clock, the German market opens. Again, momentum comes in the Indian markets. So you can see the momentum happening. But this is different on Tuesdays and Thursdays because you have expiry. You can use that expiry momentum where you have Sensex expiry and you have got Nifty expiry. So this is my trade plan basically.
So what I feel that how the market responds is basically, even if I'm doing intraday trading, I started off doing it in index, then later on completely switched into stocks. Right now, if you give me an opportunity and tell me that this certain thing is going to happen, I'm not going to touch index.
Okay.
If I'm going to touch index also, it is going to be commodity trading.
Okay.
I do not do it in Nifty, Bank Nifty and all the other indices in the market. I rather prefer stocks because stock is telling you one story, while the index is telling you 50 different stories. For example, Nifty and Bank Nifty also, it has all the major banking stocks under it. Bank Nifty is better than Nifty is what I feel because it is the same sector and the stocks move in a similar manner.
Okay.
But Nifty, like let's say there is weightage, like big stocks like Reliance, TCS, they can control the market's movement.
Right.
Like let's say there are 30 stocks which are going up and these 2 stocks fall, the market is going to reverse.
Yes. And
these kind of things, it is really hard to trade in Nifty is what I have felt in my entire journey. I have been trading since 2021 continuously. But from 2018, I have been an investor in the stock market.
Amazing.
So what I feel is, like, this is what I feel like. Nifty is a really hard place for anyone to make money. And Bank Nifty is much better, is what I feel. So, do you trade in Nifty? And
Yes. My major specialty is in Nifty and Sensex, right?
Okay.
So I will tell the reason for this. What you're trying to tell is completely right. From a 90% or 85% perspective is, one thing is the time has to favor you. You should have some amount of time, right? Now, for example, even in my community, the highest traders who are making money is in Nifty and Sensex. Highest, right? Because Bank Nifty is a monthly expiry. Uska option ke liye, the lot size will be more. Investment zyada padega. People will not touch Bank Nifty. Okay, maybe the last week of the Bank Nifty expiry might look good, but otherwise the premiums are very, very high, right? But Nifty and Sensex premiums are low. Now, I am seeing this both as a pro and as a con. I wouldn't want to tell the audience that, okay, tomorrow go and start with this, but I will give a solution for that, and I'll tell you the reason also. If you are good in booking the loss, learn to book your loss. If you are ready to book your loss, you can make substantial amount of money in Nifty and Sensex. The reason being, premiums are very, very cheap, right? Premiums are very, very cheap. Sensex nowadays, Nifty is 65, Sensex is 20, okay? And even if the premium is at 20 rupees, let's say Sensex is at 20, lot size is 20, one lot can be bought at 400 rupees.
Correct.
Right? 10 lots, 4,000, 100 lots, 40,000, right? And people can participate. Now, people participating has got both effects, right? If you do not know how to book a loss, if you do not have a proper strategy with you, you're going to make a loss. Because market knows how to trap you. There are many things. There's stop loss hunting, there's institutional footprints, there is financial astrology, there are many things. Now, what I believe in, sir, is there are certain momentum time in the markets. There's certain momentum time. As per Gann analysis, there are certain momentum times in the market. Sometimes market doesn't move. It is completely sideways. Don't trade during that day. Don't trade. If you're feeling that, as per your strategy, as per my analysis, as per my calculation, if I feel market is going to be sideways, or you can even look at India VIX. For people who are not following financial astrology, look at India VIX. India VIX gives you a lot of things. A lot of information is there. That day, India VIX shot up very well, and last Sensex expiry was a boom. 83,400p, and so many contracts from 20 went up to 400. India VIX also showed us a sign. India VIX also gave a breakout at, I think, 10:15, 10:30. After that, Sensex also boomed. So you already knew there's a criteria here that option buyers have got a chance to make money during that time.
Correct.
But this time will not come always, like you said, especially for Nifty. See, now if you're asking me about stock options, we trade every day. For example, I recommend my clients every day to trade in stock options. Buying I'm talking about. Selling also, we do hedging. I'm not saying no, but that is going to be a little positional, because hedging you cannot do on an intraday view, because this is what I believe. I've seen so many strategies that favors intraday hedging also, but I consider hedging to be maybe a swing. In my swing mentality, I feel hedging is okay. But now when you're talking about this, what I prefer is, like I told, learn to book a loss, have a calculated risk. Nifty and Sensex can be a very good game for you. But what happens in most of the times is, let's say I invested 10,000, my stop loss is 1,000. 10% is my stop loss. Technically, based on the chart patterns or whatever I've analyzed, stop loss gets set. 60 or 70% of the people will not book a loss.
Correct.
Because what they will think is, aaj expiry.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
Yeah.
I think 60-70 is also a nominal number.
Yeah.
It is higher than that.
Right.
90% of the traders do not book loss.
Right. So now what they will think is, expiry day. Markets can move my side also. Yesterday I saw that Nifty fell in the morning and recovered in the evening. This is the kind of mentality people have. That means you're not sticking to a thesis. That's called tukka. You're trying that. What happened yesterday, you're thinking it will happen today. May not be.
Correct.
May not be. Last 3 days back, if you see, Nifty has been falling from morning. But after 2:30, Nifty has been giving a movement. A small spike. But yesterday that didn't happen. It didn't happen on Friday. If you see the charts, it happened on Wednesday and Thursday. On Friday also, Nifty tried from 2 o'clock, but again came down, which gave us a weak closing as per the last trading day. Right? But again, what I'm trying to tell is, if it has happened yesterday, that is not your basis of understanding.
Correct.
And the second important thing is, like you said, why people lose money in Nifty and Sensex is because either you have figured out a better way of making money, in your case. But from a normal investor's case, why people are losing money, like normal traders who have come into the market, the reason they're losing money is they do not want to invest in education. They think, let us invest in the markets, let us make money from the markets, then we'll go to learn. No one will come like that.
Correct.
Investment in education pays the best interest. You learn from the right people, learn from people who are experienced, learn from people who are doing this well. But option buying is something that I'm very happy with. Reason the unlimited profits are also good. Your risk is limited, but you have to come out with the stop loss because at the end of the day, it's going to be zero, nothing else. Right? So this is my belief on this, and I feel that if a trader has got a proper knowledge, proper learning experience, learning from the right people, they can be profitable even in Nifty and Sensex. Right? But again, comfort level also matters. अगर आपको selling करना है, buying करना है. Some people will be like, I am busy. I cannot track the markets every day. You can do option selling. You have got so many strategies. There's short triangle, there's iron condor, right? There's Batman spread. You can do whatever you are happy with, right? Some people do long straddles also, but long straddle you cannot because you are buying both the sides, right? It's a debit leg. It's a debit spread that you are going with. So in that case, okay, you know tomorrow momentum is going to happen. For example, February 1st. We are having budget day. Momentum is going to come. During those days, maybe you can try a long straddle. Or you know the result is going to come. India Mart was up by 8-9% recently. The stock. In that case, you would have, you know the result is going to be good. It's a bet. It's a bet. I'm going to buy at the money put, at the money call. Only in that cases. But some people, what do they try to do this every day. What will happen? Companies, hippopotamus stocks like Dabur or you know HDFC Bank, Reliance, it will decay both the sides.
Correct.
Right? So, depending also, what I'm trying to tell is, if it's a short pitch ball, play a pull shot. You're a cricketer, right? If it's a full length, loft it. Based on the market situation, you put in your strategy. That's what I believe in. So I like both option buying and option selling, but I really believe that with a proper risk management, you can make money even in option buying.
Okay.
Right.
So many people have this doubt, like in the first case, that is money making in the stock market real? So you've given a great answer for that. And what I've understood from your explanation is that with the right mindset and with the right set of instruments to play around and basis of news and all these things with your strategy, you can make money from intraday.
100%.
Be it Nifty or be it stocks, you have an opportunity to make money.
Right.
So with this, I would like to give you a follow-up question. Like, I get a few set of students, like when there are good days going on, like be it anyone, there is some kind of ego kicking in. And that ego is so high that no other thing in the world can match that. So like, let's say they have had a few profitable trading days. They think that they know stock market. No, they have just entered the gate. So that is what I feel. And this is going to destroy that person so much. Market is not going to spare anyone. It has not spared me. It has not spared you. It has not spared anyone here. So everyone has to go through that phases of loss.
Right.
And like, let's say I am a new trader. I have just come into the stock market. And I have had a few profitable trading days. And how should my mindset be? Should I think I'm going to conquer this mountain, or should I be grounded and think about what I'm going to do next?
Yeah, good question. Ultimately, the market is supreme. How humble you be to the markets, better it is. When they make money, they're happy. When they lose money, they blame the markets. You cannot blame the markets. Famous quote by late Rakesh Junjunwala. He says that market is always right, but your opinions often errant. Right? Your opinions may not be right. Market is always right. Market is doing the same thing. You learn the market, you can make money from the markets. It is a big game. At the end of the day, zero-sum game. So you have to be competitive. You have to have that mindset. Now, another answer to this question, right? Like you said, when you make profits, you're very happy. That day goes very well. But on a student's mindset, or like on a newbie's mindset, let me take it. When you lose money, you cannot concentrate on your work also. Because there'll be a lot of people who will be doing trading for passive income.
Correct.
They don't have time, but still they want to try option buying. They know they don't have time, but they want to try option buying. Why are you doing it first of all? You don't have time. Do hedging in that case. Because you can deploy it, a monthly straddle or a calendar spread. Do that. Because you don't have to check every day. Maybe at the end of the day, obviously our money is put there, we have to check. But I'm just saying that you don't need much of the time. You don't need screen time. But now you have come to intraday option buying. And you're saying that I'm working. I cannot, you want to manage it with the work, it's going to be a little difficult. This is where the challenge comes. So what I'm trying to tell is, when you're thinking about this, like I always told, your mindset should be comfortable with what you're doing. If you're making money, if there is no peace within you, leave the markets. Market is not for you. Maybe you might find peace in some other business. After all, I tell people invest in multiple businesses. That is also there. Like you said, you focus not only on stock market, but giving financial literature in all the business domains. That's a great thing. So you have to understand that Yes, I have got into the markets. I know my risk. I know my reward. Right? And like I told you, if you do not know your expectancy ratio, you are gone.
Correct.
You lost 5,000 yesterday. Today you are targeting 10,000. Because why? I have to recover what I lost of 5,000 yesterday.
Correct.
And today I have to make a next 5,000. But what is
That is when they increase their lot size. That is when they overutilize their capital.
Yes.
And the next thing that is going to happen is they are going to blow up their account.
Position sizing is zero.
Correct.
Position sizing is zero. You are coming with a FOMO. Like you said, right? We are not respecting the market sometimes. Market took 5,000 from me. I have to take 10,000 from the markets. But what is your stop loss, boss?
Correct.
You don't know what is your stop loss. What is the risk reward you are entering with? What is the capital? Because are you fixing that? That doesn't happen. Sometimes it doesn't happen with me also. Right? Sometimes we as traders always make mistakes. Sometimes we have that, okay, this is my stop loss. My stop loss is 10%. No, let me get it to 15%. I'm talking from option buying perspective.
Right.
It will be in option selling, it might be a 1% risk for a 2% reward or 3%. But I'm talking from option buying perspective. But what happens is it comes down to 15%, and then we are forced to remove it. We could have removed at 10% itself.
Correct.
But because we are breaking the rules, so sometimes breaking the rules might create a very much negative impact. And from what you are saying is coming to the markets thinking I know everything, impossible. You shouldn't have that mindset. You are learning everything. Market is dynamic in nature. What strategies that work 2 years back might not work today.
Correct.
Right? I myself, I have taught some strategies to my students in course 4 years back. That might not work today, but I have got follow-up sessions, right?
Correct.
When a student comes back to me and mails me or comes to my office and meets me, sir, this index strategy that you taught us 2 years back is now reducing the accuracy rate. Yes, no, whatever strategy I'm talking about, I have got the accuracy, like we have backtested for 79 months. I've got the reports of it, 79 months. What is the accuracy rate? What is the winning rate it's given, right? Now, let's say it was having an accuracy rate of 60%, but now it's gone to 40%. That means some modification is required in that strategy. Or we need to train them something else. Because what happens here is every person who comes into trading comes in the mindset to become a trader.
Correct.
But how many come with the mindset of being a profitable trader is important.
Correct.
Traders everyone become, right? Because it doesn't matter you make a loss or a profit. Traders everyone become.
Correct.
And second part, sir, because you asked me, I wanted to highlight, because see, when we are having 300 plus active traders in our academy who come here, I always say never get married to a trade. Let's say you are in TCS. TCS, let's say you are in a bull call spread in TCS. You are expecting market to go up. Market went against you. You did one adjustment. Again went against you. What people will do, no? They are still sticking to TCS.
Correct.
TCS अभी नीचे आया ना, इसमें लॉस बुक करूंगा, अभी बेयर पुट स्प्रेड लूंगा या बेयर कॉल स्प्रेड लूंगा. Why are you sticking to TCS?
Correct. There are a lot of
sticking to the same instrument. See where do you get the opportunity. That's why what I'm trying to tell is never get married to a trade. Win or lose, wait for the next opportunity. Why do you want to go into the same stock? Right? And some people do these result bets. Right? Why I'm trying to tell you this is because my crowd is more into the option buying crowd. So the people who are doing these result bets, you know, recently so many quarterly results. Infosys also performed so well. South Indian Bank, Union Bank also performed well. So we know momentum aa raha hai dono side mein. How do you plan your mindset?
Correct.
How do will you do a long straddle or will you go one side after waiting for the news? Either one thing you can do is before the news, maybe you can create a straddle or wait for the news to come, trade the next day peacefully.
Correct.
Sentiment already रहेगा ना. IX में वही हुआ था. IX was in breaking news from I think from a long time. Recently that coupling thing that affected the entire stock. Stock crashed by 30% from 180 to 140, 145.
Correct.
Recently their court order had come. It was on 9th January. 7th January itself I put a message in my community. IX looks very good for long straddle.
Okay.
At the money का call 3 रुपए में था. Put was at 2.
Okay.
IX is a big lot size, no 4,500. अच्छा आपको quantity मिलेगा. Sir, you will not believe. On 9th January, stock has opened up, went up by 11%, crashed by 13%. Same day. Call जो 2-3 में था, went up to 10. Okay, put from 2 came to 1 or 0.5. At the end of the put is at 9. क्योंकि it's given you momentum both the sides.
Correct.
So see, there are instances where you make money like this, but situations like this also won't happen every day.
Correct.
Market आपको दोनों side momentum नहीं देगा, one side देगा, no problem. If your mindset is clear, if you know what you're doing, you can still make money.
Correct.
But the problem here is sometimes when we see profits, we exit fast. Losses recover होने दो. We wait for that. That should never happen.
Okay.
Because what happens is you run your profits, you average your profits. Don't average your loss. Most of the people average their losses. That is why the entire game, it changes.
Correct.
Right?
As I always go with a quote, never average on your losing trades.
Yes.
So it was a very insightful information and data which you have given. Basically, like every trader who enters the market would have entered because of a situation going on in his or
100%.
So what was your reason on why you had to enter stock market? Was it for passion? Was it that you found this thing interesting? And how was your journey throughout the first few years?
Yeah, like I told you, business was always running in the family.
Okay.
I was working at ENY in Bangalore itself, RMZ Infinity. I'm an auditor by profession. I was a senior auditor, worked there for 3.5 years. I was always, involved in accountancy, right? Involved in the preparation of financial statements. I work for Netherlands and Ireland, hedge funds and mutual funds. So already that hedge fund, mutual fund area, but that was on the accounting part. That was not into the trading part. But eventually what happened, Shashank, was the profits what I was making in option buying. I'm specifically, mentioning what is it. Option buying was more than my paycheck. I wouldn't say a big amount, maybe 30,000-40,000 a month. But my salary was what? 20-25 when I started. I'm making more here.
Correct.
Right? So that motivation came inside me. Could be a good motivation, could be a bad motivation also. Because what happens is, when you go and discuss this with someone, they say that, aaj ye hua, kal ho jayega, parso pura jayega. You always have to have a stable job. That's what people say. So fighting, these stereotypes always happen. In India, the mindset is always, like you told, trading is not considered as a dignified profession.
Correct.
It is not.
It's called white collar gambling.
That's it. When you go somewhere, or they even say a legal scam. Right? Some people, if you're running a business in relation to trading, might be anything. Might be courses, might be services or anything. Right? But you know what you're doing.
Correct.
You don't have to explain something. Criticisms always happen. But criticism helps you get better.
Correct.
That's what I believe. Right? So what happened here was, I was doing well this way. I started telling my employees. They started taking, back then, honestly, I was not a SEBI licensed trader. But I used to share them that, okay, They used to see that. Right? And they also might be, they're seeing it going up. They were happy, okay, what he told yesterday is happening today.
Okay.
Their confidence came within me. And then what happened was, there was a lot of positivity, there was a lot of optimism that made me feel that, okay, or 1 year mein kaam karunga, uske baad I will think of leaving the job and get into trading full time.
One question.
Yeah.
Before you planned that you're going to quit your job and start full-time trading, what did you have money saved up, or was it a rash decision which you
I'll be honest with you, maybe a little bit amount of savings, right? And after that, majorly important was I took a loan back then.
Okay.
I took a loan back then, but the loan was basically taken so that, okay, I felt there was a lot of potential in the markets. That made me take it, but this is not a suggestion for any of the viewers here. Never take a loan and trade. I believe that way. I did that decision. It worked on my favor. It doesn't mean it'll work for everyone, right? So I'm not, thinking of inspiring people by doing this, but that happened. But even after that happened, right? Initially, there was a lot of, it didn't go in my favor completely, right? I started losing money. I started making money, but I wouldn't say I was profitable, right? The initial days, I wasn't profitable. Slowly, we got into this learnings. I started, taking courses from the right people, right mentors. And slowly, I started seeing a change in my trading journey. Okay. Followed my setups. It was working well. And eventually, like I told you, in the beginning itself, I felt price action, order flow is not the end of it. There is something called as financial astrology, which drives the price and time relationship. What happens is, in the time of Rakesh Junjunwala, Arshad Mehta, we say price Bhagwan Chi. Price is God. But if you understand properly, price action is not only important, time action is also important. Because when you're looking at a chart, there is x-axis and y-axis. Y-axis is the price, x-axis is the time period. There are companies like Wipro, HCL Tech. Companies are good, they are profitable. Why the prices are not shooting up substantially? Company is good, right? So you need to understand time cycles also need to get aligned somewhere, right?
Vinith, sorry, I'm interrupting you. I am very new to financial astrology.
Right.
Not new.
Right.
I have never considered it till date.
Yeah, true.
I have heard it only once.
Okay.
This was the second time I'm hearing about. One was in a summit which was conducted in Bangalore,
Okay.
where a person spoke about financial astrology.
Okay.
But this is the second time I'm hearing about it. I do not have a lot of background on how it works and all these things. So you spoke about time cycles. What does that time cycle mean exactly?
Okay.
So if you can share some insight on it.
Surely. Thank you, Sashant. See, first of all, astrology is a science, and the science is proved by mathematics. Okay. So it's backing it. Second thing is astrology is pseudoscience. Because why is it pseudoscience? Because some people believe, some people don't believe. True, accepted. Companies like JP Morgan, Credit Suisse, even they look into the data that are irrational in nature. Every data that you get is not like very clear, right?
Correct.
What is price action again? Price action, maybe you're seeing what happened in the past. Past support that is broken becomes a new resistance.
Correct.
Right? We consider the past data. Whatever data that we're looking, there is a thesis behind it. Similarly, behind astrology also there is a thesis. Now, what the thesis here is, like I told you, whenever you are investing in something, right, there are certain dates in the market that is important. First thing, okay? Now, I would be talking deeper about that later in the strategy that I'm going to share, but I'm going to tell you verbally right now. Let us say anniversary dates, right? Again, what I'm trying to tell is this is Gann analysis. Gann has decoded a lot of things about astrology. So I'm considering, with due respect, his name. And now what I'm doing is I've backtested it, used my brains, combined that with price action and created better strategies out of it.
And you mentioned something called as planetary transits.
Yes.
And how is it impacting the market? And how do people have to approach when these things are happening?
See, astrology cannot be proved like physics. Right? Stock market is also not physics. Right? What is stock market basically? Price movements are basically aggregation of everyone's emotional decisions or practical decisions that they take. Right? Everyone has a reason to buy. Everyone has a reason to sell. Right? You might find one stock is bad for you right now in your portfolio and you might sell it. But I might have another reason to buy that stock which you are ready to sell. Our decisions are different. Now, emotions can affect your financial decisions. Cycles repeat, right? For example, election date. Last time the election date, June 3rd, June 4th was election date. Market gave a very big move, down and up. Go to the next June 3rd and June 4th. That day was also very significant. And after that, the market might created another trend from there, right? Meaning momentum was created during that day. So what is happening? Cycles are repeating, right? Emotional decisions are affecting, emotions are affecting your financial decisions. Humans are again irrational in nature. So what's happening here is every person has got a planet. Okay, everyone has a zodiac sign, for example. So there is a planet that's affecting every person. Now, blindly believing it is wrong again. It's not some kind of a magic. If that is going well with your technical analysis, you combine it. Now, moon. What is moon? Moon affects your emotions, fear, greed, etc. Right? Basically, your mood overall. Second, Jupiter. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is positivity, expansion, long-term growth. Planet. Mercury. Mercury is more into calculation, trading mindset, all that. Saturn. What is Saturn? By the word itself, it's called Shani. Shani Dev, Saturn. What happens in Saturn? There is risk, there is a delay, there's disruption, there's discipline. You need to have proper discipline. So what happens here is, all the 4 planets have got different kinds of features. So because of the planetary transits, there are ways where you can find whether market will be bearish tomorrow or bullish tomorrow in advance. अभी probability 100% तो नहीं है, पर आपको एक probability मिलेगा कि अगर आपका price action, for example Monday, Monday I'm expecting market to go up, bullish market on Monday, okay? Or technically, let's say because everyone are watching the markets actively, let's say I'm expecting Monday or Tuesday market is gonna crash. Okay, there's some reason for that, meaning downside momentum. So I already have a view in the market what sell on rise because I'm expecting it to go down. If my price action is also supporting that, or if my order flow setup is supporting that, or if there is an SMC, some engineered liquidity concept, or like a normal liquidity that you're doing, or a order block, or FVG, anything in the favor of sell side, take that trade. Your chances of winning is high now. You created a probability. I mean, trade chalega or nahi chalega depends on the market. But 80 to 85% आपका chance बढ़ेगा is what I'm trying to tell in front of the audience. Because there is a way, there is a time cycle that impacts the market this way. Right? And again, astrology is a very wide concept because there's Vedic, there's Western. Some people, like, you know, in India also some traders only talk about Vedic, some people talk about Western. What I'm trying to tell is, it is a good concept. Don't think it's magic. कि अभी होना है तो होना ही है. Now, for example, astrology tells you market's gonna crash. You don't see what people will do. Weekend भी मिलेगा, market Monday gap down हो सकता है. मैं आज जाके naked food buy करूँगा. Very wrong thing. Setup आने दो पहले चार्ट में. उसके बाद इसको combine कर लो. That's better. Because that is also a mistake what people do. Okay. Now, anniversary dates are important in the market. Let us say last year, example, MCX, multi-commodity exchange. It made a top on Friday. Let us say it is 4th March 2025, Friday. I'm taking an imaginary example. Okay. 4th March was what? Anniversary date for MCX. Why? Because it created a all-time high.
Correct.
Either an all-time low will be your anniversary date or it will be an all-time high. क्योंकि उस दिन में वो peak हुआ. Okay. Now, anniversary dates are important in the market. Let us say last year, example, MCX, multi-commodity exchange. It made a top on Friday. Let us say it is 4th March 2025, Friday. I'm taking an imaginary example. Okay. 4th March was what? Anniversary date for MCX. Why? Because it created a all-time high.
Correct.
Either an all-time low will be your anniversary date or it will be an all-time high. क्योंकि उस दिन में वो peak हुआ है, उसके बाद fall हो गया है, and the high is not broken. Now that date creates a resemblance after some time. Now what happens is, date is 4th March, right? What is the day? Friday. उसके बाद सर अब जाके पूरा फ्राइडे देखो, मार्केट में कुछ ना कुछ मोमेंटम आ जाएगा. Can be to the upside, can be to the downside. Use your price action, use your order flow, use your SMC, whatever you are doing, you use it. But उस दिन में combine कर लो, you get momentum in the markets. Because as an option buyer, out of 3, you need to be right in all the 3. Momentum should be in your favor, direction should be in your favor, even the like whatever things that are underlying the options, maybe beta, gamma, theta, everything has to be checked. But as an option seller, these तीनों में, even if one is in your favor, you will make money.
Correct. So basically, what I understood with the short explanation is, with your price action, you combine this.
Yes. Okay. See, now there are again some traders without price action also directly astrology में करते हैं. They may be successful, they may not be successful. But what I believe is, astrology is an edge. आपका बेस जो है वो टेक्निकल एनालिसिस ही रहना पड़ेगा. उस टेक्निकल एनालिसिस के लिए यू कंबाइन दैट विद एस्ट्रोलॉजी, राइट? नाउ अगेन इन नॉर्मल सेंस आई वांट टू टॉक. Some people consider Amavasya dates as maybe the date to avoid, right? Some people consider Purnima dates as a good beginning. Talking generally, okay. Some people consider whatever business that has to be started shouldn't be started on unauspicious dates.
Correct.
Now this is Vedic astrology. अभी मैंने इसके पहले मैंने जो बात किया था वो वेस्टर्न एस्ट्रोलॉजी था. दिस इज वैदिक एस्ट्रोलॉजी. नाउ आई हैव लर्नड अबाउट वैदिक एज वेल एज वेस्टर्न. बट व्हाट आई यूज इज डिपेंडिंग ऑन द मार्केट सिचुएशन. जैसे कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, देयर इज अ स्टॉक दैट इज फॉलिंग फ्रॉम अ लॉन्ग टाइम.
Do you combine them?
I combine them. Combine मतलब, see, depending on the situation, what is required. For example, let us say today is a Purnima date. आज पूर्णिमा डेट है. मैंने क्या बोला? पूर्णिमा डेट इज अ गुड साइन फॉर अ न्यू बिगिनिंग. ओके. आज का दिन में let's say a stock like a good fundamental stock, Godrej Properties, अच्छा support में. Okay, you know the stock is in a good support. Let's say it has given you a very good candlestick confirmation, or you know all the order flow data. उस दिन में अच्छा long build up भी हो गया. और hammer candle, let's say basic for the crowd, let's say it's a hammer candle or a green Maruguzo candle. You know there's an astrological reference supporting it.
Correct.
Candle भी form हो चुका है. और चाहे तो कुछ different you can do, maybe check in the past also whether this zone has been tested multiple times.
Okay.
Double bottom हुआ है या भी triple bottom हो रहा है. That means you know that the particular zone is also strong. Do your way of researching it. उस दिन से I combine it, and from here you can see a rally.
Okay.
Right? And whatever just now I spoke about anniversary dates, and I'm going to show you examples also. I'm going to show you a lot of examples and prove what I'm trying to tell you right now.
Okay.
Because it is data backed. Right? Okay. So इसमें I just spoke about momentum. I did not talk more about my setup. I just spoke how to identify momentum in stocks. You cannot trade in stock options any day. There are some days which are favorable for some stocks.
Correct.
Based on that, you need to trade. But combine this with all the other things. News के साथ भी combine कर लो. Look into that also. Everything is good. After all, trading में पैसा जब बनेगा when you have multiple confirmations.
Correct.
Like I told you, no strategy will remain forever. Market is dynamic in nature. But you can look into that, right? And there are some traders who even look into transits. Okay, transits in the sense, planetary transits that happen, Mercury, Moon, वैसे transits हो जाता है, right? People look into that.
And I have another doubt. Like recently, I told you recently there was a summit and there was an astrological like trader who was present in that, and he was a speaker as well.
Okay.
Like he uses an indicator in his setup. Do you have an indicator, or do you follow it with the data which you get outside and combine it on the charts?
So what happened is, yes, some traders definitely have the data or indicators, and even in trading, if you go, there is something called as Gann fan.
Correct.
Gann fan, will be astrological related here. Gann levels are there. And that is also related to astrology only. Now, what I'm doing is, we have got certain setups that we use, right? We have created certain screeners by ourselves. From the team, we have developed it. And leaving to that, we confirm that with multiple softwares that are available. Like, there's some softwares that are available in relation to financial astrology. Then you have got certain data-backed information where you get, like, maybe this can support on your analysis, right? And there is something like certain formulas also of calculations, right? There are certain Excels that give you some kind of reference in terms of degrees, mathematical calculations, and many things like that. Right? So these all things help you in your calculations.
Okay.
Because you get to know that, okay, time cycles are also a part. Jise Nifty ko bhi ek time cycle hai. Hindustan Unilever also has one time cycle. Like that. But at the end of the day, when you combine this with technical analysis, it gets better.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. So even this particular topic which we just discussed, which you gave me a lot of insight about, it is very new to the audience. It is not popular like how other things are, like let's say chart patterns, candlestick. They have a lot of people following it. It has a lot of popularity. I think this, if it is having good accuracy, like when we discuss about the strategy, I think people will be amazed by what
100%
and how powerful this can be when they are trading.
Yes.
Okay, we discussed about your journey. We discussed about what all things you follow. And I would like for you to share some light on what strategy you use in the market.
Okay.
So, what is a strategy and how you maintain your risk reward?
100%.
And like there was an incident in the US where a person was blamed that he is scamming people. He is making money in the stock market through scam. He told, no, my strategy is very good. He told, even if I publish my strategy in the New York Times the next day morning, people will fail and they'll not make money because they don't have the mindset he has. Okay. So if you are following a particular strategy, doesn't mean that it is going to work out for everyone who is watching this video or everyone who you are teaching to. So we spoke about our mindset. We spoke about risk reward and all these things. With the combination of these, if our audience follow it, will they be successful in following the strategy?
Surely. See, if you have a proper risk and reward, you can definitely make money from the markets. Market has got a lot of money. I believe that every person who enters into the market with right mindset, right knowledge should make money from the markets. Right? That is one thing. Second thing is, don't try to be perfect. No one can be perfect, right? Try to be persistent. Right? Persistence will automatically lead to perfection. This is something that everyone has to believe in, right? And second part is when you're talking about like the setup that I just spoke about, the astrology, right? Like I told you, I give you an example of finding momentum out of it. Now you can find levels also out of it, right? The right support levels, right resistance levels, that also can be found out. Third thing, what you can do is stocks. Now some stocks will not move in a very good direction sometimes, right? They might be sideways the entire day, but after a certain time, the stock might reverse upside. There are times to find that also. Now, let me make it very clear. Let me give out a strategy for the basic crowd, right? Considering maybe if many of the beginners are going to watch it, they will like it because their risk appetite will be small. And I would suggest keep it small. Don't make it big. When you're coming, try to sustain in the market for a long time. Because what I've seen is not many of people will sustain in the market for a long time. Right? Because the nature of market is like that. Your emotions get tested. Because of the emotions, you cannot make right decisions, right? And humans are sometimes irrational in nature. They will tell you, I will follow this today. Tomorrow you will go and do something else.
Correct.
Because that is a human tendency, right? And this is what I want to tell.
Okay.
First strategy that I always keep in mind is be updated in news. Okay. Now I'm sharing one of the setups what I do.
Okay.
Right. So one of the basic setup that people can follow. Every day there is something called as Bloomberg Quint that I follow. If you want to take the subscription, that is optional to the crowd. If you don't want the subscription, don't take the subscription of Bloomberg. Just go to Google, put stock in news for today.
Okay.
Right. Friday ka example de dunga. Just for an example, guys, don't consider this as a tip. Okay, again, I'm semi licensed, but I'm just clearing it out. Geo Finance was in the news. Geo Financial. What happens is, if the news is good, what will you think of doing as soon as the market opens? Normal retailer, kya sochta hai? I'm a retailer, so I will be thinking.
They'll plan on going long.
Plan on going long. News is good, they will say. News is bad, sell
Short.
Sometimes what happens is, news is already in the price.
Factored in. We won't be able to identify it because we are all humans. We're trying to judge it. After all, market is a probability. Market mein guarantee kuch bhi nahi hai. Everything is a probability, right? But what I do is, I know there is some factor. There is a catalyst for these stocks. Might be a good news, might be a bad news. I shortlist all these stocks. If I get it in the evening ही shortlist करके ready रहूँगा because my homework is clear. Correct.
What I believe in is, if you have to write an exam tomorrow, once the question paper starts, you cannot figure out what it is. You have to learn the previous day and be ready for the exam tomorrow. What most of the people do, market खुलने दो उसके बाद देखते हैं. Where do you have time? Like I told you, major momentum पैसा बनता है पहले 1 घंटों में. Option buying में जैसे मैंने देखा है, highest पैसा बनता है first 1 hour में. How will you make money?
Correct.
You don't have a plan with you. You need to have a plan. That is what I believe in. So what happens here is, I shortlist the stocks. Screeners देखता हूँ. और Nifty और Bank Nifty में, there are certain days what I trade in.
Okay.
Important days are there. Okay. Now that can be in terms of the build-ups, right? That can be in terms of the price actions also. Maybe a good breakout is happening, or maybe a support breakdown is happening, whatever it is. But only certain days where I feel इसमें momentum आएगा. Otherwise, I don't trade in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Now, even the setups, what I recommend to my clients also, it is if I feel that, okay, this setup has got a high chance of hitting the trade, that's when I give them a trade in index. Okay. So I have made the stocks ready. पहला काम हो चुका है, right? So 2 things: selection, strategy, action. Selection, strategy, action. Stock selection हो चुका है. What was one factor? News. Second factor is I have created a screener. Okay, now maybe the crowd that is here might not get an access to my screener, but I have created a screener. We have developed in-house using certain AI tools and everything. We have developed a screener that will help us to find out a stock जिसमें volume है.
Okay.
Volume build up. क्योंकि क्या होता है ना, 9 to 9:7 is the pre-open market.
Correct.
Then it gets freezed from 9:08 to 9:14. 9:15 को मार्केट खुलता है. 9:16 में मेरा स्क्रीनर में स्टॉक्स आ जाता है जिसमें मुझे फोकस करना है. 9:16 को आ जाता है in 1 minute. Right? Now, there are ways to do it. There are things that we have completed. But for the crowd, what I would say is, every day after the market is completed, one thing you can do, you can check the delivery data.
Okay.
That is one thing, okay? But more than the delivery data, what I do is, if you go to the NSE website, okay, there is something, if we can put this in the background, it would be better. They can go to the NSE website, market data, there is something called as change in open interest. After you click in the change in open interest, there you get buy contracts and buy underlying. Click on buy underlying. कोई भी स्टॉक जिसने 15% के ज्यादा चेंज इन ओआई हो चुका है, शॉर्टलिस्ट दो स्टॉक्स.
Okay.
15-20 is still better. Keep that in your selection. We are still in the selection right now. Now, what is the strategy? Strategy is market opens at 9:15. I'm telling a basic level to the students. 9:15 market opens. 9:15 to 9:20 is the first candle, right? And momentum होता है कैंडल में. Sometimes maybe a 2-3% momentum. Ignore. Anything above 2.5 or 3%, I am not going to touch it. Momentum already हो चुका है. It might have a room for 3-4% extra. It might have a room. That can be in the result criteria, a very strong result that you cannot ignore. But most of the time, what happens? People enter there, right? 3% up or maybe 3% down.
If
I would say
profit booking comes, they'll be trapped.
I would say क्या है ना, candle हो जाने दो. Let the first 5-minute candle complete, right? But you have to look into your scenario because the risk that you're taking will be in that particular candle itself. 1.5 to 2% is okay. मुझे ideal लगता है 1.5 to 2%. I'm talking about the first candle. Anything less than 1% is still good. But you will not find, because see, you know these stocks are in momentum right now.
Correct.
You have already found out that through news, or maybe some cases you might be good to find it.
Correct.
Abhi do confirmations hai. One confirmation is see if it's a flat candle. With flat candle I mean open is equal to low. Open is equal to low for the buy side, open is equal to high for the sell side, which is a basic thing which we all know. Okay. Now, candle ho jane ke baad, right? Geo Finance news might be good. Let the candle be red, candle be green. You have to follow your setup. Mark the high and low of the first 5-minute candle. That's it, right? After that, what you can do is switch to 3 minutes or 1 minute.
Okay.
If the 5-minute high breaks, don't directly buy. Or 5-minute low breaks, don't directly sell. Wait for the retest. और retest ऐसा होना चाहिए कि मार्केट ऊपर जाने के बाद अगर नीचे आ जाता है, wait for a good green candle. ऊपर जाने no problem. We will let's see if the green candle is a Marubuzo, buy above the eye of the green candle, low will be your stop loss. If it's a hammer also, it's okay. Two good green candles.
Correct.
Like if the candle doesn't make any sense, if it's an inverted hammer candle, again it's a bearish candle.
Correct.
Right? So you need a retest. So basically what I'm trying to tell is don't directly buy when the eye breaks. Let the price come down, let it retest, buy in the retest. You can make a very good risk reward ratio, minimum 1:3.
Got it.
1:3 minimum काम करता है इसमें. I've seen this working more than 70% of times.
Okay.
1:3. I'm giving you the minimum. Because see, what happens with these is they'll play 1:1 today. Tomorrow 1:1 is the loss. What is the profit you're making?
Overall, they would have paid more brokerage than the...
Yes. So you won't be profitable that way. 1:3 is minimum, right? And maybe we will be putting some of the videos also for them, like the live.
Yeah, for understanding better.
We get understanding that.
We
But this is something, sir, very simple. अगर market आपका against भी जाएगा ना, you are exiting in the morning only, no?
Correct.
Why I'm telling this is very important for the new beginners is आपका risk defined है. अगर market आपका favor में जाएगा, there might be a chance you might like 1:20 also.
Correct.
Because you're entering in the morning. There can be a stock that is unidirectional. I gave you an example. Infosys का unidirectional था.
And IEX also, as you mentioned.
IEX भी उससे पहले दिन इंडिया बाटा unidirectional था. पूरा दिन चला है. 315 तक wait कर लो.
Correct.
Or maybe put a moving average 10 or moving average 20. Unless it is above that, make it run.
Correct.
See, all these indicators are all using after your setup is clear. Well, some people they want to enter in the crossovers and all that. I don't believe in that. I have a plan. मेरे प्लान के हिसाब अगर जाएगा तो मैं इंडिकेटर भी डाल दूंगा. As long as I am seeing that happening, no. So indicator is based like a supporting indicator for me.
Got it.
It's a supporting thing, not my plan. My plan is clear. And what I would like to say through the audience and even to you, sir, is देखो इसको. You'll start liking it.
Oh.
You find peace in it, and I have found peace in that. That's why I tell people, option buying हम करते हैं, मेरा clients करते हैं option buying majorly. Selling भी there are people who are doing, but they have a plan very well created. And there might be a case, last time LTM results आया था. Same strategy. Result was superb. LTM पूरा दिन 7% down. And we were in the right trade. क्योंकि मैंने already बोला है ना, news positive रहने दो, news negative रहने दो. You don't have to get affected by the news. You are following only this setup. But you are following with these stocks. अगर market आपका against जाएगा भी तो book a loss. Or there is another strategy also. If it goes against you also, if it again goes, like let's say you have taken a short trade. Again it breaks today's high, retest that level and again goes up, you can take a reversal entry for the buy side.
Correct.
Maybe you might have booked a loss in the put, you can get into a call. But that is secondary. But this is the basic point what the clients need to understand. The first entry. That's what matters.
Got it. It was very insightful. And what I understood is that from by speaking to you itself, I understood the mindset is solid. So what?
At the money करना है. Out of the money कभी नहीं करना है.
Okay.
I'm telling you all clear cut, guys. At the money itself, let it be costly. If it is costly, ignore that trade. Go for something else. People get trapped because OTM करते हैं. बहुत लोग इंडिया में OTM करते हैं.
Correct. Because it's cheaper, they do it.
It is cheaper, people do it. If it is cheaper, if you have to do a normal, let's say I want to open an hotel in Bangalore, right? Bangalore cafes are running well. मुझे minimum कितना capital चाहिए होगा boss? 10 lakh, 10 to 15 lakhs I require minimum. Even if it is going in my favor, even if it is not going in my favor, I have to pay my staffs.
Correct.
I have to run my business. But when they come to markets, right? हम 20-25,000 डाल देंगे. गया तो I leave the market. If it works, it will work. So you're first of all treating the market as a rich quick scheme.
Correct.
You're not understanding the dynamics of the market. You're not understanding how market actually works. You just want to come.
All this has happened because of the recent things which everyone has been seeing.
Right.
Like the schemes where people come on social media and tell If you do this like me, you'll go to this level.
Right.
And there are many people who have shed light on this kind of issue, that the cars, that the lifestyle they are showing is not owned by them. It is all just for the video. With one video, spending a little bit of money, anyone can do that.
Yes.
Spending a little bit of money. These people have shown amazing lifestyle. It is not the 25, 30, 35, 50-year-old, 60-year-olds getting affected. It is the 15 to 20 or below 25-year-old categories who think making money in the market is very easy. So it is shown to us in that way that, like rightly as you said, I felt really happy when you said 60 to 70% is the accuracy for win.
Right.
While most of the people are advertising no loss strategy in the market. When you think about stock market, there is loss already written in it.
Right.
When you open your demat, loss is already written there.
100%.
So in each and every step where loss is written, it's all about your planning. It's all about your mindset. It's all about how organized you are in the market. And people should learn when to shut down their systems.
Right.
So when days are going good, they have done really well today. Just close the laptop, go home.
That's it.
Enjoy life.
That's it.
So many people are not doing this. They are not, like, because of such social media videos where they are shown that you can make these many crores in 1 year, 1 month, and all these things. All this kind of nonsense is affecting the mindset of traders, is what I feel. So do you have any thing to share about these kind of things?
First of all, yeah.
And what our audience have to be aware before selecting a mentor?
Yes. First of all, whatever you said, right, talking about crows and everything, that's all bogus, right? You cannot directly think about it.
Correct.
And especially as traders, we scroll a lot. Because you told audience, even me, 2017, 18, I was checking in Google, how can I make money first? Two things came. One was stock market and one was data science. Data science requires heavy coding, right? It requires a very good programming knowledge. I was never good at computers. So I thought data science will never be my cup of tea. Even in my school also, even in my college also, I never took computers as my that extra subject, whatever you have to take, right? But I was good with the numbers. That's what I told you. I was good with the numbers. I like mathematics also, right? And I looked into stock markets, right? And that's what everyone are doing right now. People are checking you also, Googling you. I have also seen a lot of your videos which are done with good intent and good content. Right? I'm coming back to that. I would want to say, not all influencers are fake. Right? Nowadays, influencers are considered to be fake only. Even if they're genuine also, they're considered to be fake. That's the first part. But I would want to clearly tell, not all influencers are fake. What is important is your content and your intent. Is your content honest? And what your intent is? Luxury cars, like you said, showing what you're spending, showing your lifestyle, right? Showing maybe fake screenshots, whatever that you're putting. You should understand what kind of impact you're creating on the people.
Correct.
Education to them should be to inspire them, not to pressure them. If they're seeing for example, they're following Dcosta on Instagram now, and they're seeing me, okay, for example, I'm posting whatever it is, I'm posting my client performances, I'm posting the reviews, I'm putting the testimonials, everything. Now, the intent and content is important. If your content and intent here is good, then you're doing the right thing.
Correct.
Like people talk what they want, you're doing the right thing. That should be in your mind. That's the first part. So yes, see, most of the influencers, when you're judging them, right, what the audience have to keep in mind is what is his past records, right? What has he done? And understand the intent and his contents. That's also important. Like you said, some contents are luxury, lifestyle, showing off with the big cars. If I follow him, can I also be like him? Not necessary, right? You might feel happy, you might get motivated. Correct. He's doing this. But can I do that? No. Now, for example, verified PN. There are so many of them who show it, some people who don't. Now, my point is, even the people who have shown, how many are true?
Correct.
That also can be manipulated. There are so many clone apps. And I personally know people who have showed 3 crores, 4 crores of verified PL, which is not true. Correct. Right? Those are made out of clone apps.
Correct.
And you can see that even out of the big traders who we consider to be big, there's some percentage of it who are doing this itself. Right? Now, when we talk about trading also, right? Now, for example, before I was SEBI licensed, now I can do live trading openly, no problem. But before I was SEBI licensed also, we used to do this live trading and everything, right? We used to make profits. Even the students used to make profits. Now, the point here is, eventually when you give a recommendation, let's say I give you a recommendation to buy a Wipro call. I might buy an Infosys call. You might make 1 lakh, I might make 40,000. My profit and your profit will be different.
Correct.
Some people, what mentality they have is, his trades are accurate, but is he making money?
Correct.
His trades are accurate. We are making 1 lakh. So if they are making 1 lakh, their mindset is I should make 5 lakhs. You have to be realistic.
Correct.
Because what happens is the trade that I have given to you and what I am taking is different. Let's say I'm showing you my P&L also. Right? I'm showing you my P&L. I've got investments, verified personal holdings in equity. I've got verified personal holdings in corporate bonds at a very good level because there's certain corporate bonds that I believe in. So what I'm trying to tell, mutual funds also. Plus I told you I do option buying when I'm free. I do option selling also, edging from last 1 year. I'll be clear with this. Option selling I'm doing only from last 1 year because the thing is sometimes while giving the trades, I don't get much of time to get the momentum because I want to enter at the right time, right? But if I'm busy giving a trade here, for me to enter in the same trade becomes difficult. Now, for example, I am running an offline academy. First of all, kudos to you. You are running an offline academy here in the Art of City in Bangalore and doing a great job. Similarly, we are also running an academy in the Art of Mangalore City in Valencia. Right, we have a corporate office of which is SEBI licensed. Even leaving this, we even have an institute, right, where we have this trading academy, our trading floor, and everything. Now we have come with an intention to be in the long game. I have come with an intention to be in the market for at least for the next 25-30 years. I cannot afford to scam people.
Correct.
Right, I have not come here for a pump and dump. I am being live here. I've taken the license here. I'm going for workshops. When people come, you invited me with love for the podcast. I've come here because I believe in getting the financial literacy. We have collaborated with colleges, top universities like Aloysius in Bangalore. We are going to do it with Enopoya, which is another big institute, with Alvas University, with Don Bosco, Bangalore. Why are we doing it? We want to be transparent. We want to do it, right? Transparency should be very clear. But what happens is, some of the people who are true, who are offline, who are doing this, they don't come to them.
Correct.
They get trapped in unauthorized trading platforms through Telegram. Someone asks them money. They create a fake app like Zerodha. They tell you your money is put here. 10 lakh has now become 20 lakh. If you have to withdraw 20 lakh, you need to put another 10 lakh. And there's so many people losing money there.
Correct.
I've seen people who have come and told me this. Sir, I lost 25 lakhs because of this. I've lost 40 lakhs because of this. The problem here is, what is front of you, you don't trust. You don't trust your eyes.
Correct.
Right? You trust something that is supernatural, something that is superficial. So people have to judge that in the right way.
Correct.
Second important part is now being transparent. Like when I spoke about profit screenshots, I want to make it clear. I put it on my screenshot every day what my clients have done. Right? I put the client performance. Now there are profits in that, there are losses also in that. The net is in green most of the time because our accuracy is well maintained. Now, there are some people who ask, like, for example, are there traders who are not making loss in your community? Yes, there are people who are making loss also. Now, is it necessary I have to put, let's say a client of mine has made a loss. He's not stick to my trading plan. He's not stick to my stop loss. He's not stick to my targets. And he's made a loss. Right? Am I obligated to put his screenshot on my story? No. Transparency is not exaggerating, right? It's not exaggeration. Second thing is, it shouldn't be self-damaging if you have not done it. For example, yes, I have given a trade. I've given you 3 trades, right? 2 have hit the profits, 1 has hit the stop loss. I put it. Or I've given you 1 trade, it has hit the stop loss, I put it. Because you have followed my trading plan. But when you have a big community, right? And there are some people when they make profits, they don't send you the screenshots only.
Correct.
You don't know their performance only. But when they have made losses, they're the first one to come and ask, sir, something like, the risk management, okay, I lost money. No problem. You can take you have followed the risk reward ratio is clear. You can take another trade.
Correct.
But if you're considering trading like a gamble, you cannot do that. Some students who come here take my monthly membership, right? They're doing well, getting 80-85% daily trades, doing well, making a good amount of money. But I always tell them, don't maximize your amount. Think of optimizing your money.
Correct.
Because optimization is what works in the long run. And whatever profits you make here, maybe some part invested also in the long run. Indian market is in a very sweet spot. Now I think we are getting the stocks, very good stocks at undervalued rates.
Correct.
Because of the recent fall that's happening, because of the tariff war and everything. Invest there, but grow. Now when I'm talking as an option buyer, I would want to tell front of the camera. Because I'm an option buyer, doesn't mean 100% of my money should be in option buying.
Correct.
I would want to be very clear and tell only 12% to 15% of my portfolio is what I'm trading in option buying. Because my overall portfolio is big. In my portfolio, I've got investments in real estates. I have got, like I told you, verified long-term holdings. I've got investments in mutual funds, a big one, and even in corporate bonds. Right? And based on opportunities, I even do swing also. Based on opportunities and based on my time comfort. And leaving that, like I told you, from last 1 year, I've started option selling also. But a very safe strangle that I do. Okay? And I'm making some percentage out of that also. Now, because I'm good at option buying, some people have an unrealistic imagination. Is doing option buying, is coming and teaching here, is going to colleges. That means he should invest all his money in option buying. That is not the point.
Correct.
Your risk reward should be clear, right? We know option buying, yes. Even my 10% is enough for me to survive in option buying and make a very good significant amount of money daily.
Correct.
So these are certain things people have to be clear. And when I'm talking about transparency again, we have been transparent in doing this. One thing that is very clear. Second thing is what our vision is. If my vision is clear, I want to grow here. I want to take people with me also when I'm growing. I feel that's the only part for being your key to success. Because VD and Associates, our firm, our tagline is your key to success. And that is what we focus on. Right? But leaving all these things, these extraordinary things that you're telling, influencing or showing off, that is completely wrong. And second important part, what I want to tell you is, let's say you're only focusing on education and you don't have any holding of yours. You're not focusing in the market. You might have some other business, but you're inducing people to come into market. That is wrong. That is more like storytelling.
Correct.
That is something that people shouldn't do. And there are some traders who do that also. That is what I want to make it clear. But at the end of the day, if you're choosing a right mentor, you don't have to come and choose me because I'm SEBI licensed. Okay. And Sashank is also very good in terms of knowledge, in terms of his community. He's doing a great job. You don't have to come and choose him. But check what is it. Check the credibility. Learn from the right people. Right? You're already following Sashank. You know what his credibility is. Think of that. That is what I'm trying to tell. What is front of our eyes, people don't come here.
Correct.
What is somewhere else, what looks superficial, people go there.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, choose what is right. Take some time in doing your analysis, then come and learn from the right people. Because at the end of the day, you cannot blame anyone. You come here, you make money well and good. You lose money, you might lose because of yourself. Right? Or maybe because you are not stick to the trading plan. Because at the end of the day, everyone knows trading is subject to risk. And you should understand the market dynamics because you are investing in a business. And in business, there is profit, there is losses. But what is the probability? What is the probability of winning if I join Trading Academy Bangalore? What is the probability if I join Dcosta and Associates Trading Academy Bangalore? That is what you need to know. And that's all the entire game is about.
So it was a pleasure hosting you.
Yeah.
Many people have received a lot of insight and lot of information which they can use in their day-to-day trading.
Thank you.
So that is the most important thing. So the knowledge transfer which you have done.
It was a pleasure being with you again. And thank you so much for inviting me for this podcast. I know you're doing a great job of decoding the markets, and this makes me feel what area I have been good at or what region I have been good at. I feel like recommending more and more people to you and maybe call you also to our place. And, we have something together because it's really nice when you meet like-minded people. You meet someone who is trying to do something hard for the financial literacy, right? That's all the entire part is. Because see, when I started trading, I had no mentor, no indicators, right? Nothing of that sort. But only thing that I felt in my mind is you need to grow, right? When you start growing, things automatically come to you. So one tip I want to give to all the audience is you make a mistake, right? Don't repeat it. That is growth.
Correct.
You made a mistake today in trading. If you're not repeating it tomorrow, that itself is a growth. That will help you grow further and further because market, like I told you, is simple, but it is not easy. So there is a very big difference between simple and easy. Okay. So if you're sticking to the plan, if you have a trade plan with you, you just don't repeat your earlier mistakes because automatically money will come to you. And one more thing is no one is you and that is your power. Okay. That is what I believe and what most of the traders believe. Warren Buffett, the king of investing, he says that to succeed, you don't have to be extraordinary. You just have to be disciplined, right? And many traders, they say, you buy right, hold tight. Buy right, hold tight. That's enough because you have done your analysis. Tomorrow, some uncle is coming in CNBC and telling you that isko bech do, isko kharido. He doesn't know your risk appetite, right?
Correct.
He doesn't know what your stop loss is. You know your risk well. You have to stick to that. So know yourself first, right? You will automatically conquer the world because trading has got that kind of scope. right? And whatever it is, whenever you look into taking a decision, take a very clear decision. Because what I believe is market is not risky, it is sexy. If you have a calculated risk, you're doing the right thing. Because risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. But you know what you're doing, right?
Correct.
You know what your risk reward is. You know your system is giving you accuracy. You have backtested your system. That's more than enough. Leaving that, do equity, do mutual funds, do options, do futures, that's all up to you. But choose what favors your risk and reward. Right? And based on our investments, if our investment is very big, I'm having a big capital, start doing option selling also, because the winning rate is very, very high, right? You don't have to put a lot of screen time also, or, like whatever I told in the morning, sit for 40, 50, nothing. There's certain strategies, Nifty udhar tak udhar nahi jayega. It's a simple game that you need to follow.
Correct.
But there also you need to be disciplined.
Correct.
If you're not disciplined there, if you feel 2% is not enough for me, 3% is not enough for me, then again that will be a problem.
Correct.
Because every particular thing has a pro as well as a con. Every segment has a own way of doing it, right? So this is what I wanted to tell. And again, thank you, Sashank, for having me here, for the great hospitality that you have given me in Bangalore. And looking forward, if we receive a lot of love in this podcast, maybe we can do much more advanced things and take the community also higher with you all.
Definitely. Thanks a lot for being a part of third episode of Decoding the Markets with Trading Academy Bengaluru.
Thank you.
We are honored to host you, sir.
Thank you.